It is The Riot. This is our podcast.
And finally returning since our spring fundraiser is over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what was so nice last week and the week before? Seeing the donations come in to help RadioU, and people were putting podcast listeners in the comments section. So thank you so much to those who help support.
We really did see a lot of people do that.
We did.
Hey, I'm a podcast listener. Great. So thanks for doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed the last couple weeks of Worst of stuff.
So look back.
I listened to some of it, and it was like reading my journal.
Taking a look back.
Seeing what Nikki and I were up to a while ago.
Actually, when we were getting through some of the stuff, like getting ready for it, we're like, oh, yeah. And then you're like, oh, yeah. You forget all that, and then it comes back.
Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah,
Remember
it was fun.
This? Let's see. Also in the podcast, well, actually, I haven't said anything today. First and foremost, Jason from Death Therapy.
Yes, new to RadioU. You might be familiar with them from, they used to be in Becoming the Archetype. On RadioU TV, we played their music before, and on RadioU Battery, but now you can request it on RadioU anytime, so we catch up with them.
Okay, we've got that. Nikki and the Tiny House Instagram false alarm. We talk Luminez, Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Oh, Cheddar Bay biscuit waffles.
Lab-grown meat. And whether or not Nikki finally got herself a MoviePass.
Big questions. Little house, big MoviePass.
Dude, well, Nikki, that's one of the great things about living in a little house is you don't need a home theater. You just go to the movies.
I just go to the movie theaters. I can take my home right on over there, my caboose.
You just drive right over, hop in, and it's like a home theater.
Well, I will tell you guys, make sure you check out RadioU Official on Instagram if you're not following, and then you can follow me and Obi from there if you want.
Yes, indeed.
Are you yawning?
Yeah, but I'm doing great.
Nice sleepy yawn.
I'm doing great. And you guys are part of me doing great, so thanks a lot, everybody.
Thanks so much again to everybody who supported The Riot, which is supporting RadioU during our spring fundraiser, and it's good to be back.
It is The Riot. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Baby's crying. Nails on a chalkboard. Your girlfriend saying, we need to talk. The worst of The Riot. Yep, it really is that bad on RadioU.
So in the middle of coming back from the fundraiser, one thing that is a true story is that it's tiring.
Yeah.
And so I on Saturday afternoon, I was like, I had a bunch of stuff happening Saturday night. I had some stuff Saturday morning, but I had a window Saturday afternoon where like I didn't have anything to do. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch a movie. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. And so I was like, what I really want to do is sleep.
That shows you how tired you are.
Yeah.
Because it's like a whole nother level where even a movie won't do.
So I went ahead and I was like, I'll just lay here on the couch and sleep. And then I started hearing
banging.
Someone was pounding a hammer. And it was close enough to me that I could just absolutely hear it.
Oh, like they were in their garage or something?
I think that they were trying to set some kind of a world record for longest and loudest hammering. And it was interesting. I didn't see like the Guinness people out, like there weren't any trucks. I didn't see any balloons. I didn't see anything. But it was just a nonstop hammering. And I almost texted.
Right when you wanted to take a nap.
I hadn't heard it up until that point. No, nobody heard anything. And I wanted to text you I just couldn't understand how I would explain it to you without it being like paragraphs and paragraphs of text.
That's when you need to record a video.
And then I was just laying there and I was like, it's fine. I'll go to sleep. And it was just, no.
That's when you need noise canceling headphones or something or earplugs.
And then finally, and I swear to you this happened. I swear it did. I finally was like, you know what? Forget it. And I stood up and the hammering stopped.
Did you go back to bed then?
No.
You should have.
I know. I was out of time. I had to get up. And I was just like, what?
It's like, why are you doing this, Jimmy? Do you have a camera in here? Can you see like when I'm trying to sleep?
That's what it felt like. It literally felt like somebody was like, all right, he's laying down.
He's
closing his eyes. Hammer everyone now.
Faster, like it's some sort of competition. It's like, well, nope, he's getting up now. Stop the hammering.
Everybody, it's time for us. He's up. Take a break. Take a break. We'll resume again tonight around midnight.
Oh, that's the worst. You're like, why? I just had this small time.
I remained calm. Now, the option was to not remain calm, and I chose the higher road, which is to lie about my feelings.
Yes, to push him down and squash him.
I lied about my feelings. Hey, how's everything? Great. I feel great.
You should have gone over and talked to me. Like, here's what you say when you're like trying to be like you're mad, but you don't want to be like, hey, buddy.
Hey, friend.
What you doing?
That is a really nice bird sculpture.
The nice hammering you're doing there.
It's really good. I'm good.
Are you done yet?
Could you not do that right now?
Do you not know that for hammering, you should really do it during work hours of the week and not on the weekend?
Oh, man. Like, even now, as I think about it, it just makes me so happy.
Just a little annoyed, doesn't it?
So happy.
A little upset.
And it's just like, how did they time it?
How did they know?
How did they know?
Aww.
It was awesome, though. I really appreciated it. It was one of those things where I thought, I'll laugh about this later. Much later. Way later.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar, because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie, so...
The Riot, RadioU.
Nikki, over the weekend, I saw you out with some tiny houses.
People didn't read the last hashtag.
What,
I had so many people who were like, congratulations! It's driving me crazy.
It's about time you downsized.
Oh, see, I didn't think it was a secret. Like, I don't really...
No.
The tiny...
You tell the truth here.
The tiny
whole
houses,
truth.
it makes me mad. It really, really does. Tiny houses are always like, if you watch the show, it's like, well, do you want to live in this, moderately sized apartment and you have 8 kids or something? Or do you want to be in this shipping container?
Right.
And I was like, well, let's try the shipping container. It doesn't have a bathroom, but let's give it a whirl.
Why not?
And it drives me
the kids
crazy.
can go in a hole out back.
Or they're like, it's a caboose. It's like, why? And they're like, they always make the what I feel to be the worst choice out of all of them.
Yep.
But they're like, well, 8 can surely fit up in the loft area.
As long as none of us roll over and we lay on our backs, there's plenty of room to
But
sleep
we can
here.
take our caboose anywhere we want to.
Fantastic.
So that show always bugged me. And I was looking at something on Saturday, and I looked around, and I was like, oh, my gosh, Eric, there's 2 tiny houses. They're right there. And so I took a picture, and then at the end I put hashtag just kidding. No one got
that.
No one got that because they're like, this is great, Nikki. What are you going to do? Which one are you picking? They're like, left, right. And I was like, no, you missed the whole point. I don't want a tiny house.
Nikki, I honestly, of all of us here,
Yeah.
Not, now knowing you personally, I know this is not true, but just given your public persona.
Sure.
You seem to be, out of all of us, the one that would get a tiny house.
Probably.
You've been vegan.
Yeah.
You've tried, and Nikki is, she's tried so many different things, lifestyles, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean...
Minimalism, where I've had one iPad.
Yeah, she's gone all the way down to
I mean,
only an iPad.
I've really tried a lot of stuff.
She has.
And I've cleared out a lot of things that I didn't need, but it's not enough to get into a tiny house.
Okay. Well, okay.
So that's why I posted that. I still love people who are like, oh, I didn't know you were going to move. Like, I'm not.
That's amazing. You and Eric will be so happy once you divest yourself of your worldly income.
I did get a lot of responses from people where it seems like a lot of others are interested in looking into it, but they just don't want to make that leap.
Every time I see somebody buy a house here, tiny house, here's what I remember. I moved one time from 800 square feet to 1,500 square feet. And I'll never forget at one point walking in and sitting down and being like, this is an improvement to my quality of life.
I have so much room.
I am so much happier with more space.
Yeah.
And I realized...
Not more stuff,
No.
but more space.
It was just more space. It was like, this is great. When I walk in and I sit down, wow, this is great.
I will say the tiny house on the left that I saw was actually quite nice inside, but I just can't do it.
If I was living completely alone, I guess. But even that, it's like, do you want to go to the bathroom in the kitchen? Like the sink, it's a dual use sink. Okay,
it's your toilet.
It's a toilet.
It's a composting toilet is always what it is.
And it's got a garbage disposal. You wash your vegetables in here.
You can shower. It's a fitted trash can that you can also shower in. That's like your tub. But again, it's just not for me. But I want to remind everybody, next time you look at someone's post, please read all the way through to the end.
You know what, though?
Even if you start seeing hashtags.
I was going to say, in fairness, I do feel like sometimes hashtags are throwaway. Yeah, because when you look at them, you're like...
Because Eric put it, too. He's like, small living, or he put in all the cliche ones with it. But I am not moving or purchasing a tiny home.
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
One of the things that happened during the fundraiser is that there was an announcement that we did not get to. And that is that Luminous is coming back
to the Switch.
If you don't know what Luminous is it's like a falling block video game. It's not like Tetris. It looks like Tetris,
but it's not. And it was kind of like it would go with the beat. So the music was very important to Luminous, and you would kind of just. As the stuff falls down, you clear out the levels, you clear out the blocks, but there was always something really special about it. Even though I own it on my phone, I never got back into playing it.
Remember, the one you own on your phone is not the original.
Sure.
This will be Luminous Remastered. And so it is coming to, let's see, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and by the way, and Windows PC.
What do we play it on? Our PlayStation Portable?
We played it on the PSP.
Yeah, okay.
A million years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this will be the original game, remastered, and playable all the way up to 4K if your console or PC supports that.
All right.
That's kind of cool.
That'll work.
And it's also coming to the Nintendo Switch.
I can't wait. I'll buy it.
So
even if I don't play it as much, I'll buy it.
Oh, dude, I just don't know how we couldn't. I listened to an interview with some of the guys that were doing the remaster over the weekend, and they didn't say how much it was going to be, but they said it would be, and I'm going to quote here, affordably priced.
Reasonably priced for an old game remastered.
The other phrase they used was priced to move.
I would think $9.99.
I will have a hard time paying any more than $10 for that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't think they'd be generous and put it at like $4.99. It's probably going to be $9.
That seems a little too cheap. $10 feels right, though I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put it for $15. A lot of people have been referring to, and I do think this is funny, something they call the Switch tax. Have you heard this phrase?
No.
When they take an old game and put it on the Switch, and it's way more expensive on the Switch than it is on like the PC or the Xbox or whatever, they call that the Switch tax.
Oh, it's a bonus.
Yeah. So I could totally see it being $15 on the Switch.
Plus, a lot of times,
because they know they'll get it.
They got to have a place to go down as well. So
Also
they think
true.
in the future.
So, well, and you know what? What you just said may be the key to me owning Luminous Remastered. It might be a matter of like, oh, yeah, I'm totally going to get that in the Steam sale in December.
No, we're going to buy it.
$250.
We're going to buy it the day it comes out and bring our Switch in, and we're going to play.
I got another little thing for you here. Get a load of this. So on the Switch version, you've got your little Joy-Cons connected to the side. You can attach, as far as I know, it's 2 more, but I've heard as many as 4, 6, or 8 more.
We can play together.
No, it's weirder than that. So one of the things they have done is these little, like the Joy-Cons, they recommend putting 2 of them under your feet, and they like vibrate to the beat of the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they vibrate independently. And they say, and again, I have heard the guys in the interview that I listened to were saying that they want to add support for like more than 2.
Sure.
So you'd actually have a total of 4 connected, maybe as many as 6 or 8. But you would put the extra Joy-Cons, which, by the way, are like $80 a pair or something ridiculous.
Extra ones to put my feet on.
But you would put them under your feet or in your socks, and so like they're vibrating too while you're playing.
It's about the music with Luminous. Mm-hmm. It always was. Well, I'm not doing that.
You're not?
I'm not. I'm not buying controllers just to step on them.
Okay.
But
well, I mean, I imagine you'd rest your feet on them. I don't know.
Gently.
You want to step on them.
First time you're like, you get a really good score and you stand up and it's like, bye-bye.
Your feet hurt and you just broke $80 controllers.
So did you say a date
they
yet?
They said May.
May?
I haven't seen an actual like date yet, but sometime in May. And you and I can
join us for the riot that morning as we're playing the Switch during the songs.
It'll be pretty quiet.
I'm excited.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the RadioU app.
So on Friday afternoon, Border Patrol agents in Sarita, Texas, they stopped a little something at the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Inspection Station checkpoint.
It's quite
a lot of words.
Quite a title there.
It is. And what they found was someone was bringing in a lot of cheese.
What is this cheese not allowed to come in?
A lot of cheese.
Are they
Nikki.
smuggling it in?
Well, here was the thing. They decided they were like, it's a lot of cheese there, sir. Sure is a lot of cheese.
To raise the alarm?
Tell you what, it's weird. I got a bag of nachos over here. And I'm
Let's
just
melt that up.
I'm just gonna go ahead and crack this open, and I want to see if this cheese is good enough for the U.S. of A.
Was it not cheese?
Well, they opened up this cheese can, and what they found was when he went to dip his nacho in, that it was a container, and it was holding
Drugs?
meth.
Yeah.
It's full of meth. And, they, of course, are really excited, like, hey, we've seized approximately $932,000 worth of meth. Woo! But here's what got me thinking. All of these cheese cans that they were smuggling the meth in, where did the cheese go?
They've been eating them. Just spraying it out into the trash.
Do you think? Well, it wasn't spray cheese.
Oh, was it?
But though, Nikki, I'll tell you.
It seems like when you're saying
tell you right
canned, like
now,
it was.
a good canned cheese on like a club cracker
with salami or one of those really sausage log things.
Hey, I'll eat it plain. But you know what? If you want to put some meat on it, that's fine too.
A summer sausage, is that what it's called?
Sure. If that's what you want to do, a beanie weenie.
Maybe they took out, I'm sure they bought or had the cheese somehow. It's a laundering thing, probably. You bring the cheese in, you sell it some other way, you put the drugs in, you just keep going round and round, and then they reuse the cheese tubs.
Reuse, recycle. So they put that little recycling thing on it, and they're like, listen, don't think that we're like those other meth dealers.
Yeah.
All right?
We reuse our cheese.
We recycle and reuse our cans.
That's a difference.
Man, I don't want to get into meth, but if you're telling me that as a meth dealer, now the risk is high, but you're telling me that I've got unlimited cheese.
That's how they get paid.
That's how they get people in. They're just like, hey, you like nacho cheese? Yeah. What if I told you I could get you a job where you could have all the nacho cheese you wanted?
Remember, I think one of the rules is you're not supposed to get hooked on your own stash, and I think that includes the meth and the cheese. You just can't get involved.
Yeah. I feel that because, I'll tell you, there have been times in my life where I've thought I may have a cheese problem.
I can't get involved.
Man, think about that. You've got them coming and going. You're selling people the cheese, and then
the meth.
Then you take it in the meth. You're doing I'll tell you what. That's genius right there. Then you get the people on the meth, and then they're eating all the cheese.
See? And then it keeps going back around and around.
Oh.
But congratulations, Border Patrol. You saw through it.
They got it.
You cut the cheese.
The Border Patrol cut the cheese.
Oh.
Let's take all of the most mind-numbing things the Riot has ever said and play them again.
It's a stupid idea, but I love it.
It's the Riot on Radio U.
Okay, Nikki, we're coming up on Easter. Easter is this Sunday.
Yes, it is. Oh, my gosh. How is it this Sunday?
I don't think I have ever paid less attention to the mounting Easter holiday in my life.
Well, we've been busy with our fundraiser, and they came close to each other, so.
It's just weird. Easter is so completely off my radar.
Haven't had Cadbury cream eggs?
Not a single one. And I don't know. I have some friends that Easter is very much on their radar. And so they were like, yeah, but that's Easter. And I was like, well, right. Easter. That's a thing.
It's Sunday. Yes,
I know that's important.
Well, what are you going to make?
Well, check out this. I got a homemade recipe for a homemade chocolate peanut butter egg. I've never made my own before. But
it's a lot like a Buckeye kind of, or a Reese egg.
Probably.
I'm sure it's you make the peanut butter and you dip it in chocolate.
So here's what you do, Nick. You take a cup of peanut butter, a quarter cup of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, some salt, and you mix that
it together,
up.
Sure.
And then you add 2 cups of powdered sugar. 2 cups. That's so much.
And then what? You freeze that a little bit and then dip it in chocolate?
Well, you pour it out and you flatten it out. Yeah, then you freeze it. Then you take some cookie cutters to determine what shape you want it to be. And you cut out your peanut butter, and then you dip that in chocolate, which I think you need a double boiler, and you melt your chocolate. Then you just dip it in the chocolate, pull it out. I've done the dipping thing before.
Yeah.
My grandma and I made
You can actually
Buckeyes.
just usually melt things in the microwave and you just dip it in the bowl of chocolate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't done that, but that makes perfect sense. So There you go.
Okay.
And I dip it in. I have my own homemade.
Now it's a busy week.
I know. It's a busy
week.
Know.
But what if we use the microwave
say.
and we made our own RIOT Buckeye or RIOT eggs, and we could just do it here, and that could be a RIOT video.
RIOT skips work.
Yeah.
How to make homemade Easter eggs.
Or why don't we color Easter eggs?
Yeah,
You just don't want to do anything, do we?
No, I do. It's just that
it's work, isn't it?
No, it's not that. It just sounds fat.
No, it doesn't.
It kind of does.
What about coloring Easter eggs? How does that sound fat?
Well, it doesn't because I'm not eating those.
You're not eating the eggs?
I don't like hard-boiled eggs.
I do.
Once you color them, you can't eat them.
No, I think you can eat them for a couple of days.
Okay, maybe you can.
Yeah, you're not using toxic dye.
I don't know.
No, it's non-toxic.
You take this white egg and it's purple all of a sudden. You're telling me that now it's okay?
Like what? GMOs? No, it's a genetically modified Easter egg.
It's a PMO. It's a paint modified egg.
Yeah, you totally eat that.
I don't know.
I think you can. We never colored Easter eggs a whole lot when I was younger.
I just don't like hard-boiled eggs. That's why we didn't color them, because it was like, hey, the treat is you get a hard-boiled egg. And I was like, cool, then we can throw them up.
And then there was always the one or two you could never find.
Yeah.
And I preferred the plastic one with like quarters in it. And I would say I still do to this day and age. If you found a $5 in there and you're like, oh my gosh,
this is the best egg ever.
It's so
oh
rich.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I just thought maybe, even though it does sound fat, if we want to make our own chocolate-covered peanut butter eggs for Easter, that sounds fun.
Okay. Real talk. If you want to make that video, I don't know. I have a recipe.
Yeah. Well, what do we do next? We go to the store. Do we tweet about it? First, we tweet about it. And then we go to the store. Now, I'm going to go online and order the items. I don't want to look for these.
Here's what happens. We tweet about it. 2, we tell Michael our idea. 3, we don't get to do it.
No, we're just using the microwave.
3, Michael says no.
No, we'll ask him after.
Let's just do it.
When we're at the store picking up the stuff, we can look for the new Taco Bell chips that we wanted to do for a RIOT video, too.
Okay.
Multitasking.
Yeah. You guys go to the store for food a lot, huh?
Holiday shopping.
I'll tell you what, we haven't even talked about those, the Taco Bell things either.
See?
So look at that. The show is feeding itself.
Aren't you glad the fundraiser's over so we can go back to talking about food
Talking about food all the time.
Well, I would like to make the peanut butter eggs.
Would you really like to do it?
I would, or color the Easter eggs.
Let's make peanut butter eggs. That's better. It's not as healthy, but it's better.
The RIOT has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
All right, Nikki.
Ready?
You've been wanting to talk about Red Lobster. For the seafood lover in you.
See, I really want to have lobster. I haven't had it forever.
Why do you want to have lobster?
I like lobster with butter.
Cockroach of the sea.
It's fine, but it's usually too expensive, or I'm not in an area where I know it's fresh. I know what it's doing.
I gotcha.
It's fine.
Okay, all right.
So I would like to go, really what I want is to go on an island tropical vacation and then have lobster.
Well, sure.
Somewhere there. But Red Lobster fascinates me because every time I'm like, can I go to have lobster? They try to push that on me.
They're paying to be your number one lobster thing.
Result, and they do.
For sure.
So normally I'm not too into it, but I might want to try this.
What?
Did you look at it yet?
No. I'm not looking at it. You got to tell me about it.
It is a buttermilk fried lobster tail on top of a Cheddar Bay biscuit waffle.
Wait.
It is a lobster and
it's
waffle.
A biscuit waffle.
Look at the picture. It's the Cheddar Bay biscuit waffle, so it's like chicken and waffles.
Right.
But instead, it's a fried lobster.
It's lobster and waffles.
Fried lobster.
Fried lobster.
I like food fried.
I know. Don't hate me for saying this.
I know you don't think it looks good, but I do.
I really don't like lobster.
I know, but you can have the waffle part.
But here's the thing: will they offer
chicken?
This? Like, could I get a chicken and waffle?
I don't think they will.
Because the Cheddar Bay biscuit waffle, I got to tell you right now,
they're all up on that.
But if you think about it, I could make that at home.
You could.
I could.
And your waffle maker.
Hang on.
Because you got the box of mix.
I got to sit down for a minute. I do have a box of this mix.
You could make Cheddar Bay waffles.
I could absolutely just put that. It has never occurred to me until this very moment.
To do that?
But there's no reason why I could
at
not
home.
put that in a waffle maker.
So it starts today, and the fried lobster tail on a Cheddar Bay biscuit waffle is a part of something that they do called Lobster Fest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's limited nationwide until it's gone. So until they run out.
But why do they
run out?
Why
they
do
always
they
have
need to
lobster
run out?
and they always have
That's what
Cheddar
I
Bay
was gonna
biscuit.
say.
I think that's lying.
You've got all the ingredients
All the time.
Get back there and make it.
But I thought that looked really good.
I think that lobster tail just looks grody.
It doesn't.
It's
Imagine if it was
fine.
like a light tempura, like that sort of fried style. I really like that.
I think one of the problems with lobster is, one, it's cockroach, and two,
we ate bugs last week,
We
so I don't
did.
think we have any problems
We
anymore
did.
with that.
We did. I get it. All right,
It's
I
fried.
get it.
Everything's fine that's fried.
You know what? Can we stop the show for a minute? I want
Does
to
that
tweet.
sound
I
fat
want to
too?
tweet that. I want
Aw.
to tweet that. Everything's fine that's fried.
Yes, how it kills everything off that you don't want to be there.
Now that's true.
It's a safe way to eat.
I got to add that to the tweet. Can you give me just a minute? Let's see. Everything's fine that's fried. And then I'm going to ... It's
the safe
way to eat
something. Yes, I think so.
I think you honestly.
Send-
I think you nailed it, or
This
you
has
nailed it.
Been brought to you by the
nailed it.
National Fried Council.
You've got it, Nikki. You've got it.
So there you go. I thought the Cheddar Bay biscuit, you should totally make that on your own. I see a Facebook Live event. I just
I think
envision
the
it
idea
all.
of actually, don't you see us? We need a Facebook Live event where we're going to make our peanut butter eggs and we're going to make our Cheddar Bay waffles.
I don't know how to make fried chicken, but if someone knows how to make like a killer fried chicken recipe,
Nikki, we don't need it.
we just need the waffles.
All we need to do is go get ourselves a bag of those chicken fingers. Who
Air
in this room
fryer.
has an air
You
fryer?
have an air fryer.
Right
oh
here.
Oh my gosh, I have
Right
a big
here.
waffle maker.
We could totally. I mean, we could make this. All right. I mean, I can't deep fry a lobster for you, but I could air fry some chicken.
You can do that. All right, that was my food news. Anybody want to go on a lobster date?
I just want the waffle.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, are you going to eat? First off, Nikki, you're on meat right now.
No, I don't just eat meat. I'm not like Eric.
You're not just eating meat, but
I'm not.
You're eating a lot of meat, though.
Well, and also we came off the fundraiser and we had a lot of bacon.
There was a lot of bacon.
There was a lot of breakfast meats.
I mean, you were asking me earlier about
I got the Costco email and it had this big, it was $230 worth of meat. And I was asking Obi, so what
How much is
size
it?
do you think this thing actually is? What's 19 pounds of this thing look like?
I think you should get a deep freeze.
And put it in there?
And I think you and Eric should just all in meat.
I don't want to eat just meat.
Well, all right, if you say so. What about this? How do you feel about lab-grown meat?
It's a controversial topic.
It is.
It is.
I mean, that's some people are like, I don't want a GMO. Now that's some GMO.
No, because then,
That's
for those who don't want to eat meat from an animal, it's not really from an animal.
So that means
So the question is, is that okay then?
Could you be vegan and still eat lab-grown meat if no animals were harmed in the creation of this meat?
It's very weird. I don't know.
Yeah. It just feels like in the future, it'll be one of those things where we all eat lab-grown meat, but the very rich will continue to eat real animals.
Yeah, we can't, there's not enough anymore. And so
Right.
you can't get a hold of meat.
This future dystopia that is
Everything
no
else
doubt
is
coming.
lab grown, technically. All of our other food.
No. That Chef Boyardee can, that's all
assembled.
real.
No, I don't think it is.
Those A, B's, and C's come right off the trees.
Those are organic.
Yeah, it's totally real.
Yes, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable eating
If
it.
I
don't know.
I put some lab-grown meat in front of you right now, do you think you could eat it? I mean, keep in
don't
mind
know.
you ate 2 bugs last week.
I ate crickets and it was for Radio U.
Yeah.
So is this for Radio U?
Lab-grown meat for Radio
Or
U?
is this for some other reason? I don't know if I would. People say it tastes pretty similar, and it's probably more in your mind.
Yeah, you think?
I do.
So what? 2 steaks come in, you and I don't know which one is which.
You probably wouldn't be able to.
One of us eats it, and we have to say, like, no, this is the lab-grown meat.
But I bet you just can't tell.
You couldn't even tell.
We'll see. But I don't want to try. I don't want to see.
You don't want to.
I don't want to.
You're out on that.
I don't want to. I'm sad enough just with animal meat, so I don't know.
But Nikki, you can be happy with this. This would be
lab-grown.
There's nothing bad happened to this meat.
I feel like it's still a lie and there's something wrong, and then you'll be like, oh, but surprise, it's been this the whole time.
It's actually human lab-grown meat.
Or it's rat meat. We're like, oh, we put it all together with the extras, but it's not meat.
Man.
Like, it doesn't have enough meat in it to qualify for the meat name, thanks to the FDA?
Sure.
So I don't think so.
You know what? I know this has been done to death, but it just feels like the perfect short story, and maybe a little Soylent Green, but it's like there's this revolutionary lab growing meat technology that is unveiled, and suddenly the entire world isn't hungry anymore,
and we're not taxing on the animals, which is taxing our earth. Actually, you came on the title right there. Revolution burgers.
I love it.
I mean, my goodness.
And then, eventually find out that it's people.
Yeah, later.
And
maybe not our generation.
Yeah, it goes.
It's the hidden secret, like Colonel Sanders spices. Like that. It was the Colonel.
It was the Colonel.
Worst of the riot, not enough? Not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
We've been excited. I was thinking about it on Friday when we finished up our RadioU spring fundraiser. New music from Death Therapy, just got it in, so it's brand new to be able to request for Slow Dance, which you can also check out at RadioU TV as well if you want to see the music video.
Jason from Death Therapy is on the phone.
Hi,
Jason.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me.
Very good.
Jason, I want you to know you've got a friend and advocate in Nikki.
You got a friend in me, right?
He does, man. Nikki loves Death Therapy.
I do, absolutely. I love the music.
Well, thank you. That's awesome.
So, Jason,
I love RadioU. I have for a long time. Ever since my previous band, Becoming the Archetype, we were always big friends with RadioU back in the day. So,
well, some friendships continue.
That's right. Even with the new band, so we appreciate it.
So, Jason, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited about everything that's going on in 2018 with our band and just making music again. It's awesome. I love it.
So Obi was telling me, it looks like, do you have quite a few trips planned to some wonderful locations to perform?
Yeah, this weekend we're leaving for Mexico, and then the following weekend we're going to Switzerland.
Oh, that sounds
really exciting.
Nice. That sounds wonderful.
Well, let's take these one at a time, okay? How do you end up going to Mexico? It looks like you're doing that one with Norma Jean?
Correct. Yeah, they're headlining, and we're going to be playing right before the main support. So,
have you ever played in Mexico before?
Like I mentioned, I was in a band called Becoming the Archetype,
right.
And that band played this same festival one time years ago. And the cool thing about this festival is actually on a volcano. Like, it's held outdoors on the top of a volcano. So pretty awesome. And it's a free event. And there's a lot of folks down there that really love metal and heavy rock music, and they come out. It's great.
Well, as long as you don't rock too hard, so just keep it easy.
Yes. We don't want to upset the volcano.
And then if you go to Switzerland, then that seems like it might be a little calmer since it's not on a volcano.
Yeah, but the people over there are just really awesome fans of music. It's so strange to be going, to play these other concerts out of the country, but the people are just really supportive, and it's really exciting.
Do you feel like sometimes fans can be more appreciative too, because it is such a trek for you guys to be able to perform there, and they don't have a chance to see as many of their favorite bands from the U.S. actually go out and travel to them?
Right, totally. It's the market's not as saturated with U.S. bands like it is in the U.S., obviously. So.
I think it's fascinating. Now, while you're down there, since you've been to Mexico before, what's the thing where you're like, hey guys, we have to do blank while we're in Mexico?
All right, so they cook the best food, and they do it the traditional way. So we had barbacoa, which is barbecued beef.
Sure.
And they cook it in a hole in the ground, basically, for a long period of time. So it's like a traditional slow cooker kind of smoker. And every time I've been down there, that's the first thing I want. I'm like, where can we go get some of that really, really good meat?
Jason's like, show me the hole. Where's the hole at?
Right, yeah. Well, no, depends on the hole, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You're right. That's good to point out.
Jason, the thing I love about this is that sometimes I ask that question and people
Fans
are like, I don't know,
they
whatever.
Don't know.
You immediately had an answer.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not wrong.
It's
not
good.
wrong.
Well, this is Jason with Death Therapy. Again, we'll play Slow Dance with Death in just a minute, but you can catch the music video as well, which people are loving already at RadioU TV. If you haven't had a chance to check out our music video channel, that's on our Roku channel, our app, and if you go to, of course, RadioU.TV, you can watch it there.
Now, Jason, have you ever been to Switzerland?
This is going to be my first time. I'm really excited about it. We're only going to be there for a couple of days, but I'm hoping I can do all of the really corny, like touristy
stuff,
of things, like go ask for Swiss cheese and get a Swiss Army knife,
get some chocolate,
right? Swiss chocolate, all of the corny. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I've never been.
Dude,
well,
I
it's
would
late
do
notice,
this.
But you want someone to help carry your bags or something? We could be tech. We could help set up.
I've had multiple people ask that, and my answer's always the same. If you want to buy a plane ticket, then you are welcome to come.
All right, never mind then. Never mind.
Well, what if you bought us a plane ticket and we could come?
Well, see, there's a reason that Death Therapy is a two-person band.
It keeps the cost down. That's right.
It's a little bit easier for us to make trips like this, which was part of my goal. I want to create music that I can do sustainably. And with two guys, we can go almost anywhere that a lot of bands with 5 or 6 guys can't go.
That's a great point. Yeah, that makes it easier. And then fans have a chance to see you in more places.
That's right.
So, Jason, we've talked about the two big things coming for Death Therapy, your 2 international trips, but anything else in 2018 you really want to get out there?
Yeah, we, beginning of April, like right at the week after Easter, we're heading out to Texas. We're going to be in Fort Worth and in Austin, and we're going to be in Little Rock and Louisiana, and all on that trip, we're basically going to hit a lot of those places. So the week after Easter, and then this summer, we're playing a lot of festivals. Hoping to get up to Ohio again really soon. Actually talking to some people about that. Up to Columbus would be great. We love Ohio. It's become almost like a second home to us. So, yeah.
Well, bring us the stuff from Switzerland, okay?
Yeah, exactly that.
We need souvenirs. We need that. Well, we're so excited for you, and we are so happy that Death Therapy is now a part of the RadioU rotation. So please make sure to request and vote for it for the most wanted for Slow Dance. And again, request and make sure to watch it on RadioU TV for the music video if you haven't seen it there.
All right. Well, hey, Jason, thank you so much for taking some time with us this morning.
Thank you guys for having me.
And have a great trip.
Yeah, thanks.
The Riot.
Apparently some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
RadioU.
Nikki, did you do it this weekend?
Did I do what?
Sign up for MoviePass?
No, Eric was talking about it on Friday.
He texted me about it.
We kind of went back and forth since they moved the price back down.
Yeah.
I'm just not in a place to see a lot of movies, I think, until closer to this.
Emotionally?
Until the summer.
Okay.
But
you sign up now for the cheap price.
Yeah, but there's nothing I really want to see.
Ready Player One, Tomb Raider.
No.
What's the Pacific Rim 2?
Nah. I don't know. I'm just not ready yet.
You're not ready?
I'm not ready. Emotionally.
Okay.
I have more subscription services than you do.
That's actually true.
So I don't know if I want to add another to the list.
You didn't sign up for it, but did Eric?
He did not either. I think we're going to wait till the summer, even though it's...
The price will be up.
Still...
See, they were running a deal where if you have to pay for a whole year in advance.
Yeah.
But you could do it for $7 a month. So what was it, like $84?
Yes, I think that was the price.
Yeah, so...
I don't know. And Eric really likes to schedule ahead and, pre-plan the movie and buy the tickets then. And this is no good for that, so...
No, it actually is not. MoviePass rewards you for being a spur-of-the-moment person or being a loner. Because, if you go by yourself, you can basically, it doesn't matter where you sit for the most part.
You can get in at a showing even if there's not you and 3 friends or something.
Yes.
But you, by yourself, there's probably going to be a seat somewhere.
That actually, it's a problem.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not ready yet, even though it seems like everybody else here has a MoviePass pass.
Everybody's doing it.
I know. It's fine. I can say no to this one. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So, the one you'd enjoy, you say no to that. But, I mean, Nikki, think of your MoviePass like your health club membership. You sign
I don't
up,
use
you don't
that.
go.
I didn't even have that. No, I kind of have one now, but I don't have.
That community center, you drive past it and say, one day I'll visit.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like something that I occasionally like to go do and see a movie.
Yeah.
But I'd rather stay home and watch a movie.
Really?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Case in point, when I went and finally saw Jumanji, and then 1 week later it was digitally available to buy, I was like, darn it! I could have just waited one more week.
The thing I've really enjoyed about MoviePass is that I seriously have got adult onset ADHD or something. Because
Perhaps all the movies are not helping.
Every time I sit down and watch a movie, I'm just 5 minutes in, I'm bored. What's next? Can we do something else? I can't sit still. But at a movie theater, I turn my phone off. Mm-hmm. There's an enormous screen. It's like I'm forced to pay attention.
Sure.
And that works well for me. Dude, when I went to see Hurricane Heist last week, I was the only person in the theater. And I played with my phone almost the whole time. I was just whatever.
Well, the movie was not the best.
It was not the best.
But I did see that on Friday, and Eric and I were
Hurricane Heist?
No, the MoviePass said it was lower.
Oh, okay.
But
I got pretty excited. I was like, man, we're Hurricane Heist buddies.
We're buddies. I also can't see a movie by myself. So, even if Eric or you...
If I could get you past that, you'd be so happy.
I'm not able to get past it yet.
You'd be so happy. Nikki, you're strong. You're a strong woman.
I know I am.
You're a strong woman. So
to say no to seeing a movie by myself.
Yeah. All right. I'm telling you, once you get used to going by yourself,
the idea of
going with other people is just oh my gosh. So I have to meet you there when?
It's why do I have to see it with you?
Who's getting the tickets, whatever. When I go now,
that might be a good point.
I am unfettered. I just walk in, sit down, whatever I want, no accountability.
Yeah, but what if someone wants to sit next to me and I don't know them?
Whatever.
It's just different.
Whatever. You're just it's fine.
Okay. I'll just work on it.
And Nikki, once you get past this, it's great.
This is the last thing holding me back.
Eric will be like, hey, you want to go to the movies this weekend?
No.
You'll be like, well, I think we each need our own showing. So
well, then I can finally see whatever movie I want to see.
That is one of the joys of MoviePass.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
The Border Patrol cut the cheese.
Oh.